Today I want us to think about three things: our ability, our availability, and God's abundance. Firstly, our ability. In the story, Philip is asked, where shall we buy bread for these people to eat? Philip was the local guy who knew the area, and he knew that that task was impossible. And he was right. They didn't have the physical resources to do what Jesus had asked them to do. He understood his ability. He knew that on his own he couldn't do the task. But we also need to be like the disciple Andrew. Philip is honest about the ability that they have to complete the task, but Andrew adds something important. We can't do it, but here is what we have: these 5 loaves and 2 small fish. We need to understand what we have, no matter how small that may be. Which brings us to our second point. It's good to know what we have, but we have to make that available. And to make ourselves available too. Remember, in this story it was Jesus, as we know, that multiplied the food, but it was the disciples who gave the food out. While Jesus is the giver of life, the church exists to take that message out to those who need to hear it. He's entrusted us with the task of distributing his message. Are we available to do that? Do we make our ability available to do what we're called and sent to do? The third thing we need to remember today is that Jesus provided in abundance. Everyone there was more than satisfied. And it's all very well understanding our ability, it's all very well making ourselves available, but we need to allow God to use that, because God will use that. Those 5 loaves and 2 small fish were a very small ability that was given, it was made available, and Jesus created an abundance from it. God is in the business of taking the small, ordinary things and using them in great ways for his glory. And God wants to use you to be part of his kingdom too. So what can you do? Because God can use whatever